Good morning, everyone. The Christmas tree is not awake yet, but I'm seeing this room in this current situation, which obviously is not the worst. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Yes, you scratch Mummy's door frames. Good girl. Yes, we see the room in the current early morning state. It's very dark outside at the moment. For the last time, Ali is going to be managing project install. I cleaned up last night, as you would have seen, and when I get home, I believe this room will be mostly finished. Oh, this view! Sitting at this desk and having the view over the woodland and the kitchen garden. Oh my goodness. Look at that little fat bird sat just there. Stay away from my plants. If I catch him in the act, he's going to be breakfast. Good boy. Right choice. Go for the hawthorn bush instead. Yes, so Ali is going to be taking over the vlog and managing the install of everything, which is very, very, very exciting. So I'll return back from Soho Farmhouse. I've got a meeting. I think it's a outdoor meeting at Soho Farmhouse because obviously we can't go indoors or anything like that. So I think we're going to go and have an outdoor, socially distanced lunch at Soho Farmhouse, and I'm so looking forward to going. I absolutely love Soho Farmhouse, so I'm looking forward very much to that. It looks like it's going to be quite a sunny day today as well. We've got the sun rising over the fields, which is lovely. As you're watching this, it is Christmas Eve, and I hope that the world has worked its magic and you are able to join your family members of choice, obviously responsibly at Christmas. We're still sort of like up in the air as to what we're doing. We may end up spending Christmas, the three of us, Ali, myself and Lumi, here. We're waiting to see whether we can get a COVID test and things like that, just for peace of mind, I think, for us. But yeah, it's very, very exciting nonetheless, because Christmas is Christmas, no matter, you know, whether we're in a big family or just our little furry family. I'm sad that Porter won't be here to celebrate our Christmas, because it would have been good to have had him here if we were having Christmas at home, because it's like such a good amount of time to like get him settled. But all is not lost. We get our last Christmas just as a family of three, which is good. I'm gonna get myself dressed. I've got a coffee and I'm gonna get ready for the day because I've got a taxi taking me to the Cotswolds. This is my outfit for today. I've just got some leggings on, some Prada boots. This is a Lily Silk cashmere jumper and a Holland Cooper blazer. I've got my Louis Vuitton bag as well. And then over the top, because we're obviously going to be sat outside, I've got a big faux fur coat that should keep me warm. I am thinking about putting an Intimissimi base layer on though, because I think I might need it. So I'm going to get myself all bundled up and warm and ready to go. I have popped another base layer on, but also I am wearing the Carolina Herrera highlight today, and I am going to say that this is my favourite highlighter ever. It looks so natural. It doesn't look like a strobe. I was using the Iconic one and I love it. Whenever I put it on, I'm like, wow, but actually it just doesn't look natural at all, and it just looks a little bit too much for me. Whereas this one is a beautiful creamy highlight. It's the perfect little gift because it's just so extra, but I love it. So I'm wearing that today. I've got my coat. I'm all snug as a bug, ready to go.
Good afternoon. So we have the girls here from Lauren Casely Design. They are currently in the room behind me, and they've told me strictly that I'm not allowed to come in and see what they're doing, but the office renovations are a go, and I'm hopeful that by the time we get to the end of the day, 99% of the room's going to be complete, which is so exciting. It's happened so quickly as well, which is amazing. If I just quickly show you, you'll see that there's some items that have been dropped outside that Lumi is currently investigating. I've just been basically bringing items down that I want them to try to sit in the office and get sorted for us, so exciting times. Hey Lummy. So I've just been bringing stuff down into the hallway for the girls so they can try to fit that into the office nicely. Right, so as you can see, I'm currently situated myself in the office, and I'm just about to reveal the room for Lydia to see for the very first time. I was fortunate enough to see this earlier on when Lauren and the team were here. I managed to sneak in and take a look, and this space is absolutely mega. Like, it's far exceeded any of the expectations that I had, and I can't even tell you the smell in here. It just smells incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy having this as my study. But Lizzie's just about to see it for the first time, and yeah, let's open the door and see what she said. I promised Lauren that I would film it for her, so let's do this.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I can't swear, can I? Oh my gosh.
How incredible is that?
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It smells, oh my god, it smells. Oh my gosh. So where's your computer gonna go?
Oh, it's gonna go in the middle.
How do you feel?
I love it. Absolutely, I can't believe it.
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? Like, that is amazing.
I know, I said the captain.
Oh, it's
so
just...
I'll show you guys. You've not seen it properly yet, so. So here we have it, the office.
This is my pew.
That's where Lid's gonna sit.
So I can break your balls.
Take a look at the captain's armchair as well, and then just here you've got the captain's wheel.
This is the room fragrance from, I can never remember the name, but it's called Ernesto, the fragrance. That,
yeah.
Oh, it is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, so nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful room.
It is absolutely perfect.
When I first saw it, I got a little tingle in my belly. It's that happy tingle. I don't really show excitement much, do I? No. It feels almost like, I don't know.
It just feels like a home.
By the way, everybody, this is my anniversary gift, the leather-topped desk.
None of the woods in here match.
Yeah, but it works.
But it works.
Yeah.
None of the hardware matches. Like, that brass is different to that brass, which is different to that brass, which is chrome on the switches. Next year, we thread this through the whole house.
Yeah.
And we get the house that we want. Good evening, everyone. So you would have seen the journey to Soho Farmhouse. You should have seen me. I was like a giddy child just seeing the girls. So it was a business meeting, FYI, for the new launches for Arden. We sat outside for the whole time, which is really convenient at Soho Farmhouse because they've got all of like the fire pits. So at the moment I smell of firewood and I love it. I love when you come back from there. It's just magical. I obviously didn't film anything, A, because you're not allowed, and B, because I was just having too much fun. So much fun. 2 bottles of champagne later. Oh my goodness. And it was so nice, but both of us were like, when we left, ooh, that was a lot more champagne than I was planning on drinking. So much so that I missed the reveal of the office, but you obviously saw Ali showing me, so he's obviously taken over the vlog for the afternoon, and seeing his face when I got home was the best thing I think I could have asked for. Seeing how happy he is with the office and how it's looking and, well, how it looks. That's it. It's done now. It is absolutely done. I'm going to give you like a proper tour tomorrow and talk you through everything and show you around everything. But I've messaged Lauren tonight and I'm like, phase 1, let's do this. So we're going to move into phase 1, which will be, nothing's going to change in here. I know I've talked you through all of this to some degree. We're changing the carpet in here and we'll be re-accessorising in here, and I've actually just ordered the new covers for our sofas, because the one thing that I can see that Lauren has done in that room is that it's rich. Like, that was what Ali and I was talking about earlier. When you walk in there, the colours are rich and warm, and you get such a sense of that in this room, but the white from the sofas, it's too stark. And so we picked out the Brero linen covers from Bems in Pebble, which is a really beautiful kind of like oatmeal linen. I finally ordered them, but they take 7 to 9 weeks, so that's a fair amount of time to be waiting, but I've got them ordered, so that's great. And I think that it will just bring in this room because there's a view, but you can see here just how well it kind of ties in with both of the rooms. So once we get a little bit more richness and depth in this room, it's going to be lovely. And obviously we're going to redo the carpet. So yeah, we're going to be just finishing off in here, little bits in here, finishing off in the kitchen, and we'll be doing our bedroom, which will be a full redesign, except for the paneling. So we'll be painting, but we won't be changing the paneling. So that's really, really exciting, and just getting everything done. Like, the fact that we're going to be getting the limestone floor, I know I can't stop talking about it, but this has really made me so excited. So apparently everything is good to go when we go into January next year. And I think you'll agree that obviously we've done this room, and the heart of this room is not changing at all, because we love this room so much. And the black was just such a wild card. I hadn't seen anyone with like a black living room, and now it's like my trademark room, I think. And so we're just going to make sure that it's got more depth, because when we look at this corner over here with the nice dark woods and the richer tones, it works so well. It's just about threading that through the room now and dressing it. I'm excited to be finishing things off and getting this house looking exactly how I wanted it. It's so amazing to see how much warmth and richness and depth you can add to a home that doesn't necessarily have too much, like in the way of original features. Like obviously we put in the fireplace, and we're adding all of the texture in the woods and the floors, and then using really carefully selected paints that complement that. And it's so funny, people say often, you know, why don't you just buy a different house? I don't want a different house. I honestly do not want a different house. Ali and I actually looked at some houses earlier on in the year, and every time we were like, I could not imagine living anywhere but here. And that might change, but as far as we're concerned, this house is, its location and all of that stuff, it works. And so I know the potential of this house, and it's a challenge. It's not just walking in and it being like, oh, I just got to stick some paint on the walls. No, I want to bring the best of this house out. And so this is really exciting. I'm sorry I keep itching my nose, but I get really itchy nose. That room has just shown me, and Ali was literally like, so what are you going to do to your office? And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. How can I top this? It's so wonderful. I've had such a lovely day. I honestly felt like just like a child again. Even though I've obviously learnt that I'm introverted, just being around people that I feel comfortable with, and just chatting and talking and just gossiping, and it's not gossiping in like the about people, but just as you do, like, oh, have you done this? And oh, did you do this? It was just lovely. And it was nice that we were able to do it outside, because that's, I think, the biggest thing, is that you can go and see people as long as you're like outside. And it was just nice seeing people. Even though I get to see people in work, obviously we have people that work here, and it's been lovely having them around. But being in a work sense, I'm always like in the zone. So it was nice to kind of like, I have a big mound of deliveries that have arrived. Some of them include Miss Grayson's Christmas present. So I'm going to wrap that tomorrow. A big, oh, that was what I was going to tell you. Gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot. Our plans for Christmas have completely changed. And I'm quite excited. I'm not going to lie, I'm quite excited. People are going to think this is strange, potentially, but Ali and I are actually going to be spending Christmas at the house. Just the three of us. So it's going to be me, Ali and Lumi. We aren't going to be spending Christmas with family this year. I think it's just one of those things that it doesn't feel right. And we'd really quite like to be here and in our own setting, and it was very different when we were at our old house, because, you know, it was almost like a bit of a holiday getting to go and stay at Ali's wonderful parents' house. But I think we're going to stay at ours. So it's going to be lovely, and it means that we get to open our presents in our living room together with Lumi, and snuggle and watch Christmas films and drink champagne. And we're actually going to cook a roast dinner as well. We're going to like do one of the ones that we did before, so have it sent to us and then we just pop it in the oven, which I'm looking forward to as well. And it'll be nice because this is our last Christmas with just three of us. Obviously we become a family of 4 as of January. So yeah, it's changed. I think that from what I can see online, I think there's a lot of people that are making these sacrifices this year, and it's going to be lovely no matter what. We always say that you have to make the Christmas atmosphere. It doesn't just come to you. So that's why I go all out with Christmas decorations. It's why my house is filled with the White Company winter fragrance, because you have to make your Christmas feel Christmassy. And so we are going to start prepping now. We've already been speaking about getting like our food and stuff. I might even vlog Christmas Day. That was what I was thinking, because I could do what I got for Christmas in real time, and you can like see the presents that Ali and I got each other, and we can unbox them together, because obviously he got the Hermes video, and so I'm gonna get this video, I think. Yeah, so it's all changed. Bit of a strange year, and honestly it's been a really hard year, but it's gonna be on the up. It is gonna be on the up, and I'm sure that if anyone like us is spending Christmas in just your like little immediate family bubble, then I'm sure it'll be absolutely magical no matter what. I'm gonna put the camera down, I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow, and we're gonna have a proper look in the study. I can't cope with it. I honestly can't cope with it. I'm just so in love with it. I keep walking in there and I'm like, oh. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday the 18th when I'm filming this, and we are just getting ready to close up the office for the rest of the year. And this is basically another reason why I film in advance, because I really like to ensure that everybody can like leave the office when we close the office and not have to worry about work. All I have to do is upload videos and put in all of the links and the thumbnails and things like that. So it's a really lovely structure that means that everyone gets time off and makes me very happy and makes everybody else very happy as well. However, obviously I had a lot of fun yesterday with Josie and Paula, and I completely didn't even check my calendar this morning because I just assumed that Friday was all carefree, no worries, and I actually had an acupuncture appointment this morning and I missed it, and I feel really bad. I paid for it up front, so the lady isn't out of pocket, but I felt really, really bad because I've never missed an appointment and I was really looking forward to it, but I didn't think it was in the morning. I don't know why I forgot that I'd booked it in the morning, but anywho, the girls are obviously finishing up today. We are planning an extra special little goodbye lunch. We're going to be having a little bit of a grazing table, lots of picky bits, just something different that Ali and I are putting on for the team. And then everyone leaves at 5 o'clock and goes and does their own thing. But it's going to be a lovely way to kind of like say goodbye and see you in the next year. However, I did want to ensure that I was giving you a proper tour of the new study, because yesterday obviously I got home and it was dark. However, it's dark today, and so I'm going to be showing you it in the dark basically. But this is it in the daytime. It's very dark in here because it's very dark outside, but luckily there's lots of lovely light in here. Got really nice cozy lights, and Ali was like, this is just the coziest room. So we're both just, I can't stop coming in here and looking at it. It's exactly what we wanted and we're just over the moon. So I thought I would talk you through some of the items in here. So first things first, let's start with the pièce de résistance, the bookcase. Now this was something that I had seen on Pinterest that I'd almost tried to replicate downstairs in my office, but done it really kind of on the cheap, and it isn't at all what I wanted. And so I definitely think that my office one day will be getting a revamp. However, I saw this and I think this was a kind of like Neptune bookcase. We decided to go completely bespoke on this and have it made from solid oak and just have it fitted exactly perfectly to the space. It was a Neptune image that I saw, and I sent it over and I was like, this is the kind of thing that I envision sitting behind the desk. Because initially, the initial design that Lauren put forward was this way, but I always knew that I wanted it to face this way because I wanted the view to be out of here to the side like this, but I also wanted this bookcase here, and it's quite a similar layout to the room actually was when we moved in, but this was like a sort of pistachio green coloured Neville Johnson unit that was just kind of like plain, very minimalistic, whereas this really adds in some beautiful texture and richness to the room. And Lauren's design here has just absolutely nailed it, and her styling is perfect. But I knew that this was what I wanted and I didn't want it painted. I saw some people comment on the video being like, don't paint your porch. I'm like, I would never, ever paint something that is solid oak, ever. Okay, I just wouldn't, because like if I had solid beams anywhere in this house, they would never ever be painted because I just think that that is sacrilege. So this will never be painted. It is just such a perfect piece. It's the perfect height. Everything just works really, really well. The depth of it's really nice, so you don't get a lot of like dark cavities in there. And it's been styled up with really beautiful antique books. We've got some Charles Dickens here. We've got the history of England, which I think is just like such a lovely touch because this is such a heritage room, such a typically British room. We've got these old finials next to some more Dickens, but we've also got pieces that mean stuff to us as well. So this is the case from Ali's antique binoculars that sit on the desk. So he's picked out some of his favourite pieces to sit on the bookcase as well. We've got some old crystals that we've collected over the years, and these are some old finials. We've got some Range Rover books in here as well. Some pots. A lot of the stuff that's been used here has also been our stuff that's just been around the house, and I was really sort of keen to obviously use as much of the stuff that I've already bought as possible, and we've done that here. This picture here, which we might get framed, we might not. This is from the Musée Home, and I actually featured them on my home Instagram account, which is at Lydia E Millen. They're kind of like, in my opinion, the Decenio for more like country living and less millennial. I find Decenio stuff's great and you find some amazing pieces, but this is just a bit more like timeless, is that right? I don't know, but I love it. It's started by a lady called Jo who owns the Introverts Home account as well, and she's just lovely. And these were some pieces that we picked up, and this one I think is like a bit more of a modern take on like those portraits of like military gentlemen or like kings and queens in the old days, which we were initially looking at for in here. And pretty much all of the prints cost £25, so they look really expensive, and framed right they look even more expensive, but I just thought this was a really kind of like modern but masculine twist on that. So that is the bookcase. We went for a lit bookcase, which I just think is perfect. Like, I love these lights. They work so, so well. And the shade of the wood that we've gone for, sorry, I'm covered in fluff by the way, because I've been wearing something woolly this morning. This bookcase is the perfect shade to sit against the walls. Now the walls are cobble from Fired Earth, and it's the first time we've ever used Fired Earth. It's got a very interesting smell to it, but the coverage is amazing. And this room, it's like a muddy green, and that's the best way that I can describe it. It's not green, it's like a dirty green, and that was what we wanted. We didn't want the green to be too overpowering in here because we have elements of it elsewhere, like with the office chair, which is an antiques captain's chair, and this is just such a beautiful piece. It's not too battered and bruised, it's comfortable, and it's got this more sort of British racing green colour to it, which I think works really, really well. That was such an amazing find by Lauren and her team. We haven't gone for the huge wing-back Chesterfield, which I think is what I would have initially thought would have been right, but this one is just, it just looks better. Size-wise it fits, and with the armchair that we've got in the corner, I think it balances really well. We actually at the moment have a temporary lamp on the table. We're waiting for our actual lamp, which is a little bit like longer, a bit more traditional, but this is just a temporary one for now. Also got this in here. Now this is the, how do you say it, Citra Trudon. Ali actually spotted one of these candles and he was like, oh, I'd like one of those for my office. So I got Ali this candle, funnily enough in this exact fragrance, but this room diffuser is, oh my goodness, it is just amazing. Like, it is the smell of this room as far as I'm concerned. It's got a really nice like musky like bottom note to it, but it's also, it's got, oh, it just smells like leather and amber and beautifulness. I love it. I mean, that's probably all completely wrong, but I really, really love this. And it looks beautiful and traditional, so it suits in here. It's got gold and like a green coloured bottle, so that was a very funny touch. And I find this happens a lot with me and Lauren. Like, I'll send her a picture and she'll be like, I've literally just pinned that picture. And it's just like we're on this same wavelength, which is so nice. And so she's picked up the room fragrance and I picked up the Ernesto candle to go in here. So I loved that. Also on the desk, we've got Ali's Louis Vuitton Filofax, and so for Christmas I've actually got him a few desk accessories to go in here as well, so they will be coming in here. We will also have a computer in here, which might throw it off a little bit, but it does need to be functional. So yeah, we had to do that. There's a plug socket in the floor, and what's been done is there's actually been a hole cut in the rug, and then the socket has been fitted on top of it so that it's perfectly seamless. It's not like a frayed edge or anything. It has been done to absolute perfection. And then we've got the leather bin, which works really well. So then we move on to the desk, and contrary to popular belief, this actually isn't an antique desk. It isn't an antique partner desk. We did look at getting an antique desk. However, when Lauren showed me this one, and this one actually came from Lux Deco, and from what I understand, they moved heaven and earth to get it here. I loved the fact that it had legs rather than the cabinets that you usually see with the partner desks, so that you could still see the cabinetry behind. And I think that that's really, really important, because otherwise this room would feel quite enclosed and quite full. So I really like the fact that it's got the legs instead of having the cabinets. Ali is going to have his anniversary plaque fitted onto the drawer here, because this was his gift, because this has a leather top. So that's how we're winging it. But on here we've got some flowers. So Lauren's friend does really, really beautiful botanical flowers, and a lot of her flowers have inspired the flowers that I love. And so these ones are from her. I'll link her Instagram page or her business in the description box down below. These work really, really well in here, and I almost want to like dry them out and keep them because they are perfect. Got a mother of pearl ujimi flip. What's an ujimi flip? Magnifying glass also here, which is really good because I've got quite a few mother of pearl frames which I think would look really nice in here. And obviously this is like the bare essentials, and now it's for us to add in a little bit more, because we've got some of Ali's pieces in here, but I want to obviously ensure that we've got like pictures in here and like some family pictures. So I'll be getting those framed up as well, so that it doesn't just look like a showroom. This is what Lauren says, is like, I do this and then you can literally add in whatever you need. Yes, very happy. Then we've got the cushions, of course. These are all bespoke made. So these are like a green velvet, and this one sits on this particular chair here, which is lovely. Over here we have the armchair, which is going to be perfect, because I used to go and sit in Ali's office and I used to find it so difficult, because the whole like layout of the room meant that he was either behind the computer screen or I was behind him, and there was just nowhere for me to sit and like sit down and talk to him and talk him through, you know, what we're doing that day, or what I need to get done that day, or what he needs to get done that day, or anything. And this works so well because he's sat there, I'm sat here, and we can converse and there's no issues, which I'm really happy about. This fabric is a really beautiful Harris tweed fabric, and then on the actual armchair itself we've got a beautiful tartan cushion and then a slightly more orangey cushion. Now Lauren showed me this and I was like, that is so not a me colour, but when you see that it's going to be on a cushion, you can see how differently it's going to like tie everything in, and I absolutely love it. Obviously we've also kept the Louis Vuitton trunk here, which I think works really well in this room. Real sort of talking piece, and I think for this room it works super, super well. So over here, this is probably one of my favourite pieces other than the bookcase in this room. When I saw this, I just thought it is so perfect. If you've watched my videos for a while, you'll know we get a lot of deer in the garden. None with antlers like this, but I just thought this was such a lovely way to bring in the outside even more, and I love this touch. It works so well here. I'm obsessed with this, and so I was really, really happy when I saw this. We've also got blinds, again, which is a beautiful Harris tweed fabric. This is slightly warmer, and I really feel like the tones of these work so well. So when I initially saw the fabric, I was like, yes, but I was worried about how it would look against this, but it works so, so well. Anything I'm able to find link-wise, I'll link it in the description box down below, but most of the soft furnishings in here will be bespoke made. And over in this corner, this is something that I purchased for Ali when I was in HOMESENSE not long ago. It's a leather magazine rack kind of thing, and he'd had it in his office and it works so, so well in here. So we've popped that down there. And then this is one of the items that I really loved. Lauren actually popped this in here. This is the Oud and Bergamot candle from Jo Malone. I've actually never smelt this, and this was burning when we came in and it smelled incredible. So we are, needless to say, absolutely over the moon with this room. The rug is a bespoke made Crucial Trading rug, so I'll link where Crucial Trading is down below. But other than that, it looks amazing. So yeah, that is it. The room is finished and all of the house is looking so tidy now, other than like the fact that we've got mud instead of grass at the moment. It's all looking really like neat and tidy, and when the grass grows in and we'll get some lavender out there, it will be so, so beautiful. I'm over the moon actually now. I know I was having a bit of a freak out initially, but I was really over the moon that all of the work happened, because with us not being able to go anywhere, it really did provide me with a lot of stuff to show you, and it's all happened so fast. I can't believe that we're in this room and that we're going to be able to be here for Christmas as well. It's just so lovely. I wanted to say that thank you so much for all of your support over the last year. I don't think I would have made it through without you, and I'm just really excited for 2021. I hope that you all have the most amazing Christmases. Take some time off of social media. I know I'm going to be doing the same. You know, I'll be back in the new year. I won't be uploading on YouTube for the entirety of the holidays, so I will see you, what should be, back on the 4th. So yes, that is exciting. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will look forward to seeing you back here in January. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely Christmas, have an amazing new year. I know it's going to be very different this year, but we're all going to make the most of it. So yeah, bye.